a ring is a team accomplishment. Right. I don't know where it started. It's just it's a long conversation, especially when it comes to me individually. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport. You tell me, Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley and Steve Nash, our wasn't unbelievable. Like, oh, they can't be talked about or discussed with these guys is because this guy won 1 ring or won 2 rings or won, like, it's just weird to me. It's like saying Peyton Manning can't be in the same room with Brady or Mahomes because he only has 1 ring. Barry Bonds never won a World Series, and you can't sit here and tell me that he's not the greatest baseball player to ever touch a bat.
How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And Cowboys Nation, there's been a narrative circulating around professional sports as of late. Since the turn of the millennium, ring culture has been a part of the overall conversation when it comes to a player's greatness within professional sports. Whether it's the NBA or the NFL, ring culture has been a huge topic of discussion among fans, perpetuated by the 3- and 4-letter networks. During a live taping of First Take, Stephen A. Smith, Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas, and Jay Williams discuss a conversation had between Steve Nash and LeBron James about ring culture. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen to the crew of First Take discuss the problems with ring culture in today's sports.
What he's saying is actually correct. Like, when did ring culture become a thing, right? When you talk about a team award, something that a structure needs to win, does not boost you in front of individual accomplishments. And when you used Kobe, would frowned upon what LeBron said, okay, I would disagree with that.
Got you.
I would disagree with that.
I remember what I said there.
In real time, Kobe had 3 rings. Y'all wasn't treating him like a 3-ring player. You was treating him like a sidekick. He was considered a sidekick. He was considered a Robin. He was considered the next Pippen. In 2002, with 3 rings, we were still comparing T-Mac. Who was better in the league? You couldn't convince the NBA down the middle who was better. So
between
T-Mac and Cole.
Totally true. Totally
right?
true.
So if you're sitting there with 3 rings and you're still being compared to someone who doesn't have rings, what do you think happened?
This is what I want to know, Cowboys Nation. When did a ring become an individual accomplishment? Since when did it become up to one player to bring a team to a championship and win said championship? Media and some fans have us thinking is that it's a single player legacy and it's all about the amount of rings that they would win, and that's absolutely not the case, Cowboys Nation. I could think of a number of athletes that would be a great example of this that didn't achieve the ultimate prize of winning a championship, but I'll save that more during my Raw and Uncut portion, so make sure you stick around for it. Now, in the next clip, Jay Williams gives his perspective when it comes to ring culture. So let's take a listen to what Jay Williams had to say so we can come back and talk about it. Roll the clip.
I don't think LeBron said anything wrong. To add to your point,
got it.
What happens is when we diminish the likes of the other players, I'll tell you where it really affects people like athletes. Because then everybody out there starts easily diminishing the talented players.
Right.
So you got people out there who are fans. When we love fans, we got respect for it. Discounting the greatness of the individual talent, calling people bums because they didn't live up to the narrative that the media has set on what defines greatness as greatness.
No disagreement there.
Jay Williams is absolutely correct in his assessment. When the 3- and 4-letter networks continue to discount the greatness of these players, The people who continuously watch the 3 and 4 letter networks on a daily basis will come to the same conclusion. It's as if the talking heads condition these people to have the same type of thoughts about these players for one reason or another. I don't know why, Cowboys Nation, especially when you are a huge figure in sports commentating like Stephen A. Smith is. People are going to hang on to every word that you say. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. It's not just something that Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man. Rival fan bases are going to hang on to every single word that they say about a player that's been beating the dog shit out of them year in and year out. But let's get into the third clip. In the third clip, Tracy McGrady speaks about the topic of ring culture and asks Stephen A. Smith if he is considered a bum because he never made it to a championship. So let's take a listen so we can come back and unpack this Raw and Uncut.
What defines greatness? Is it the championship?
That's one of the elements.
In
some cases, yeah.
I don't see anything he said wrong. I didn't see your response, but for me, we have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy. What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Correct.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship, I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team to that level. I just never had the chance. So do I get diminished because I never won a championship?
Right.
Okay, Cowboys Nation, let's go ahead and get into it because I've got a lot to say. So, y'all ready for this Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. All right, the message is right, Cowboys Nation. The thing is, the messenger that delivered that message has ulterior motives when it comes to talking about ring culture. LeBron James was the messenger of ring culture. I truly feel that he's saying that because his career's drawing close, it's drawing to an end, and he hasn't surpassed the player that he's set to surpass, and that's Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So now, ring culture should be frowned upon, right? But I've been saying this for years, Cowboys Nation. Even before I had the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel, I was saying that a championship is the icing on the cake when it comes to a player's accomplishments. To be able to share that moment with your team, to be able to hold on to that trophy after a championship game, to be able to go down in your league's history books is something that every player strives to get. But that doesn't mean that every player in the league will get to that accomplishment. Just because they don't achieve that accomplishment doesn't mean that the player's a bum, Cowboys Nation. And I know that T-Mac, Gilbert Arenas, and Jay Williams were talking specifically about basketball, but this also goes into any type of team sport. There's not one team in sports history that has made it to a championship and won said championship with only one player giving their all while everybody else gives 50%. It doesn't work that way, Cowboys Nation. It's all about the team, Cowboys Nation. It's all about the team and how the team works together, how the team was coached up, if at all. T-Mac gave a great example that if he was with the Los Angeles Lakers with Shaq, that he would have been able to bring home a championship just like Kobe Bryant did. To make this specific, most Dallas Cowboys fans believe that if Dak Prescott was the quarterback to last year's Philadelphia Eagles team, that he would have had no problem in doing what Jalen Hurts did for said team. Playing for the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott is expected to do everything in order to put this team in a position to win a championship. Then, when that doesn't happen, some of the fans put all the blame on the quarterback position without holding any other player, coach, or exec accountable for their mistakes. It's the low-hanging fruit, and these people go after it religiously. So let's go ahead and dive into the individual accomplishments, seeing that these fans think that it takes an individual to win a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's currently on the path to surpass every single Dallas Cowboys quarterback in record history. Dak Prescott's also top 10 in NFL history when it comes to completion percentage and passer rating, but you will have some fans say that he is inaccurate. In Dallas Cowboys history, Dak Prescott is number 1 in passer rating, number 3 in passing completions, just looking to surpass Tony Romo this year, number 1 in completion percentage, number 3 in passing yards. He'll be number 1 by the end of this year, number 3 in yards per attempt, even though he was called Dink and Dak early on in his career, 2nd in touchdown passes, 35 more, and he'll have that number 1 spot for the Dallas Cowboys, number 1 in touchdown to interception ratio. So what I'm saying is that you cannot be number 1 or top 5 in all these metrics by being a bum unless you're saying that the entire organization's history of quarterbacks are bums. It boils down to ring count, Cowboys Nation. Has Dak Prescott led a Dallas Cowboys team to a Super Bowl championship? Let's not act as if winning a championship will cement Dak Prescott as a top tier or elite quarterback, because it won't. The 3 and 4 letter networks continuously question Eli Manning's greatness after winning 2 Super Bowls. They question Aaron Rodgers' greatness after winning a Super Bowl and 4 MVP awards. Fans question Nick Foles after helping the Philadelphia Eagles win their first Super Bowl in their team's existence in 2018. You don't hear about Steve Young's greatness even though he won 3 Super Bowl championships. What about Ben Roethlisberger? How does history treat him? What about Joe Flacco? And let's not act as if Dak Prescott were to lead the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl championship and lose, that he would get the same credit that he deserves, because that is a farce as well, Cowboys Nation. Jim Kelly made it to 4 consecutive Super Bowls and lost. How does history treat him? Let's not forget Steve McNair for the Titans and Rex Grossman for the Chicago Bears. Do we look at those players as bums because they weren't able to seal the deal? It doesn't stop in the NFL, Cowboys Nation. In the NBA, do we consider players like Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady, Charles Barkley, Allen Iverson, Patrick Ewing, John Starks, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Steve Nash, Chris Paul, Dominique Wilkins, Chris Webber, Vince Carter, Carmelo Anthony, Damian Lillard, Amari Stoudemire, Derrick Rose, Anthony Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, Grant Hill, or Dikembe Mutombo? Do we consider them bums because they didn't achieve the ultimate prize in the NBA championship? Or do we take their individual accolades and dictate whether or not they're bums? Also, do these fans know what it takes to bring home a championship? Do they know what it takes to bring home a championship trophy? Have they ever brought home a championship trophy in their lifetimes? For those that don't follow the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel, I'll let you know this. Yes, I've won a semi-pro championship. This is why I got the shirt on today, Cowboys Nation. In 2017, I was a part of a championship-winning Southern Vermont Storm semi-pro football team, and we were able to bring home a championship. Does that make the team that we beat in the championship bums? Hell no, Cowboys Nation. They were a formidable opponent and had great players on their team as well. To say that they were bums puts feelings over facts, and that's some of the shit that the haters do on this channel. They put their feelings over their facts and then try to discredit the facts by saying things like, oh, well, that was during garbage time, even though they don't have a clue what garbage time actually is. Are rings important, Cowboys Nation? Hell yeah. Rings are extremely important. That's why we play the sport. Is it the end-all, be-all for said players? No. Is it the determining factor to say that a player sucks? No. That's what the 3 and 4 letter networks want you to believe, so you can hate on the same players that they hate on. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but I am not the type to go with a Stephen A. Smith. I'm not the type to go with what Stephen A. Smith tells me. I'm going to look at the game with my own 2 eyes and with my own knowledge and make the decision for myself. If my conclusion is not to your liking, then I don't know what to tell you. If a player is not able to achieve the greatness of a championship, it may boil down to other mitigating factors and not the fact that they actually suck. It could be coaching. It could be ownership. It could be the team's inefficiencies as a collective, or in Dak Prescott and Tony Romo's cases, it could be the ownership wasting the talent of both players because the ownership thinks, like some of the fans do, that the quarterback position should be enough to vault the entire team to a championship ring. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about ring culture in the NFL? Is winning a championship the only way to prove that a player is a great player? Or is that the icing on the cake? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and want to help support our Dallas Cowboys with an optimistic group of men and women, drop a like on this video, and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and support all of our players on this Dallas Cowboys team, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or college football 25 gameplay. Just because I strive to become a billionaire and don't make it doesn't mean that I'm a broke dude or a bum, Cowboys Nation. If my life ended today, I have a wealth of memories to leave my loved ones. I have done my due diligence as a father, husband, brother, uncle, and grandfather. Just because a team doesn't make it to or win a Super Bowl championship doesn't mean that the leader of the team is a bum or not it or trash. It just means that the organization didn't have in place what it took to become champions. Cowboys Nation, continue to strive for the goals that you set for yourself. Don't allow the haters to throw you off your path just because they want to, because they will. Continue to execute what you do at a high level and be pleased with the outcome no matter what the outcome may be. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.